All right.
So we're at that stage now where we're just going to remove the exhaust manifold. Okay, as you can see with the turbocharger out of the way, it just requires a little bit of jimmy here. Now this may be different on yours if you still have the EGR valve connected. What I've done already is I've used a, what was it there, a 31.5 millimeter frost plug with some special adhesive in there that'll meld well with the cast exhaust manifold. Now, this is, you're seeing this firsthand. Sometimes there's a telltale just by looking at the exhaust. Usually with a gas engine it would tell us more, but with diesel we've got a little bit of soot buildup here, as you can see. I don't see anything unusual with the burning there at first look. But anyway, there's the exhaust manifold, so we get that out of the way, and off comes the exhaust manifold gasket. And this is this little tube I was talking about as one of the parts we have to re on a new head. As you can see, I've also utilized a new head to thermostat hose. This is a proprietary hose. I recommend you get that one changed. I think that recommendation comes pretty much from everybody on the Bongo Fury website. Okay, so this is pretty much all you need to do for the moment. We just deal with the alternator and that one hose, and then we can turn over to the driver's side or near side of the Bongo and take the rest of the parts off.
Right.
Okay? What do you think of that, Rodney?
Well, Nigel will be available to post comments on the website, bongofury.com. Okay, Dave, I see you've moved the alternator back, then move that thermostat hose, eh? Let's take a look at that.
Okay, so we've got this one out of this little T-pipe here that we're going to be reusing. We'll just pull this back. Now, it's not really necessary.
And that right there is the thermostat hose, yeah?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, I found on the last removal, it's not necessary to pull off the alternator bracket necessarily at this point. It can come in handy for helping to lift the head off. And it's not really critical, it's not really in the way for the rest of the components. So you could just leave the bracket. There's two bolts around the side of the head that involve that. You could leave it there. But as you can see, pretty much everything here on this side of the engine is out of the way. So there's nothing else that you need to really take off at this point from this side. The rest of the components are on the driver's side, and of course the front cover with the timing belt. Okay, so we can move on to that. In terms of time to take the head off at this point, you're probably looking without delay.
What will we be doing with the camshaft?
We're not doing anything with the camshaft. It's going to remain on the head.
It'll remain stationary, yeah?
Correct. There's no need to take any of that
Alright,
off.
for those obvious, camshaft's going to remain stationary.
That's correct, yeah. And now we're going to move around to the other side and take out the injector pipes, the injector rail, the intake manifold, and some other wires and hoses, and that should then get us even further along. The last thing we'll do is the timing cover. Okay?
Perfect.
Good.